Good morning. Good morning, one and all, and welcome to the Media Speaks Live, a Sunday morning broadcast. Right now, it's just D-Lake Press, it's just me. It's only me, just D-Lake. That's it. That's all you got. That's all you're going to get. But you might get more, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Tune. There's more to come. Oh yeah, I was just watching Hip Hop Evolution last night, and so I had to rock break beats and bring you some cool ass shit like I normally do. D-Lake for Prez, of course. The Media Speaks. Lately, they've been calling me the anchor. I'm D-Lake for Prez, the anchor. Because I'm holding down the whole fort, okay? When it comes to the Media Speaks, okay, it started with Kyle Phillips, Anthony Court, D-Lake for Prez, Sam IB Ganji. Sam's texting me. She has issues too? It's Google. Well, she hasn't texted me back yet, talking about Anne-Marie. Both Anne-Marie and Sam are trying to get on the show. She hasn't texted me back yet. Send on my phone. Thank you. All right. In today's top headlines on the Media Speaks. Oh, and what I meant to say is Kyle, he went off and got married to Megan, and that's great. And now apparently Court is going to have a baby. Who knew that was possible? I thought Court was sterile. A little bird told me that. No, I'm just kidding. So we're going to talk about Trump's first 50 days. I'm just joking on Court's. I'm just joking on Court. Former member. Still a member. There's no such thing as former. Okay? Once a fucking Marine, always a Marine. You know what I'm saying? Once a soldier, always a soldier. Dog. So don't be stupid. Don't be ridiculous. Okay? When who was it? One of the mainstream bumbling idiots. I think it was Mo, Chuck Todd, or fucking the other guy. There's like a group of three fucking guys that I fucking hate. And he was like, which one was it? And he's like, oh, the former General Michael Flynn. Well, look, I don't know what's coming out of the Michael Flynn stuff, and this new foreign agent angle, just because he had some business stuff with some people in Turkey. Look, my dad was in real estate. Okay? Doesn't matter who he sold the house to. That didn't change his nationality. You know? Oh, you got business ties, so obviously you're acting as a foreign agent. Yeah, to topple America. Yeah, that was my plan the whole fucking time. Fucking idiots, dude. The news cycle. And even Taibbi at the Rolling Stone, who I hate. That guy's out of his gourd. He was trying to make sense of shit and apparently couldn't. So anyways, let's get into Trump's first 50 days. Within his first 50 days, he's added, 235,000 new jobs. Truly astounding. He's already beginning to fulfill his promise of being the best jobs president ever. You know what I'm saying? And he's cut the U.S. debt burden by $68 billion. What? When did that happen? Well, since the inauguration, Trump has wiped $68 billion off the national debt, which had ballooned to $19,947 billion under Obama. The national debt are billions or trillions? I'm sorry. Do we mean trillions right there? Or? Manufacturing is at its most robust since 1984, and not the book, which is now available for sale at Costco. Small and medium businesses are confident about the future. Are they? Well, according to the NFIB, they are. Small Business Optimism Index. It's at its highest since 2004. Wow, really? Wow. The stock market keeps topping record highs. Sweet. I'm not really, when it comes to economy stuff, I just read the numbers. I'm not really like an economist type person, but this sounds pretty good. I mean, the Dow closed above 20,000 for the first time ever after Trump's inauguration and hasn't stopped rising since. I would love to interview an economist right now that could tell me like all this stuff, I mean, like, is it good? Is it bad? I mean, Sam IB, I'm waiting for him to get in here, and Anne Marie, and like everyone's like, we're trying to link you, but Google is closing me out. I mean, Sam has a history of being sort of internet defunct sometimes, so I don't know if it's him, Google, me, the internet, the link I set up, something went wrong. I don't know. Is it my fault? Samsung is moving jobs back to the United States as a result of Trump's election. But isn't Samsung among the Vault 7 CIA revelations that they can like turn off your Samsung and listen to you? And I have a now. Oh no, that's LG. My bad. I don't have any Samsung products. I don't buy Samsung. I had an LG. It crashed on me, but my cats crashed it. But now I'm on an HP, a Hewlett Packard. And every day I call Carly Fiorina to thank her for that. Yeah. So an intruder broke into the White House branch on Friday. Is that correct? Yeah, that happened. An intruder breached the White House grounds. Trump was there. And let's just play a little bit of this. I totally had it set up, but knowing CNN, they reloaded so they could play me a commercial again. For Oscar Mayer. Thanks, CNN. I knew you would do such a thing. Look, I have to turn the volume down and talk over it and pretend it's not happening because it's happening. And it's Oscar Mayer, and kids play ping pong and eat Oscar Mayer sandwiches. Happens all the time. Especially if there's, other products involved. And now it's just spinning the spinning wheel of death. Thank you. No, that's a good sign, dude. The intruder tries to break in, and he cannot. Apparently, I'm the intruder in this equation, just trying to log into the video. Anyways, let's look at some more of Trump's accomplishments. Hasbro. Oh, Fiat will invest, and Hasbro will too, and they'll make the Play-Doh here. That should be capitalized. Trump signaled an executive order ending Obama's onerous regulations on the coal industry. Yeah, Rand Paul was right there. That was pretty monumental. That was a good one. Trump killed the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership Trade Deal. I love how it's so low down. And even like mainstream media, they're like, oh, well, since it never went into effect, we never got to feel how horrific and terrible it would have been. So we don't really know what we saved or what we got out of like not being in it. Oh, yeah. So kind of like Obamacare. We have to sign it to find out what's in it, Nancy Pelosi, to find out how horrific it is. And then this week, Sam's sending me a screenshot of what's happening to him. Google, install the Hangouts plugin to get started. And he keeps telling him over and over that he doesn't have the plugin. Google trying to fuck us all. D-Like for Prez. I mean, that's... Is that on the top list of first 50-day accomplishments? Shut down the Media Speaks YouTube Google Hangout. We'll see if Anne Marie is able to make it in here before the show ends. Trump issued an executive order to end sanctuary cities. Hello.
Hello. I made it.
There she is. Like Albert Einstein trapped in a house fire. She's as smart as she is hot. And that's my new go-to intro. I hope you like it. All right. So Sam is having problems getting in here, and he's sending me text messages with screenshots of Google that say, keep trying to download Google Hangouts like you don't have it on. Install the plugin. And like, what's up with that? You made it in here.
Yeah, I tried the new link.
Yeah, so there was a first link, and then Sam sent me a link saying everything was corrupt, and so I made a new link, but you made it into the new link, and he's still having difficulties. I mean, I don't want to make jokes about how Sam is, past with his internet capabilities and stuff or anything. That would be mean. But Anne-Marie, I was just just going down a list of accomplishments in the Trump administration during Trump's first 50 days. Are there any of these accomplishments that you would highlight? I mean, even Juan Williams was highlighting some of his accomplishments. I mean, I just had covered how that he killed the TPP. And I mean, that's something Bernie Sanders was big on, and like other people were like, Hillary Clinton had a dilemma about what she thought she should say. And do you remember I mean, it's been 10 years in the making in secret, the TPP, this Trans-Pacific Partnership. And do you think that Trump killing the whole deal? And I mean, he talks about he wants bilateral trades after that. I know this is a lot of buildup, but how do you feel about it? Go ahead.
Well, that TPP is really confusing. It's really long. I tried looking that up before. It's really involved. It's very confusing.
Onerous. I mean, and it's so multifaceted that like even Trump breaking it down to the most simple terms, he's called it a quagmire. And how do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, we know that it's a global economy, and I know we've talked about trade before, but specifically the TPP, that seemed to be very complicated. I'm not sure if he even really understands it. I mean, they haven't broken it down, and what is he going to do?
But he already killed it. So I mean, do you think that it was wise of him maybe at the time to say, look, this is just too giant and complicated, and not to say that he's too stupid to understand it or anything, but just to say that, like, look, this involves like too many companies. China's going to come through the back door. Why don't we just have bilateral one-on-one agreements with said countries?
I don't know.
Just in Japan, why do we have to tie in all these other islands and stuff?
I mean, with the trade, I mean, it all comes, and losing our jobs to other countries, it always comes down to one thing. It's like the other countries, we can't make them pay their workers more. So, we care about us trading our products to the other countries too. I mean, we talked about trading our goods to other countries. We also, that's why we have all these trade deals too, because we send a lot of stuff to other countries. They buy our goods too.
Do we want to send even more though? I mean, do we want to make it a goal that more stuff is like made in America? Don't you think? That's
a lot of our meat goes to Japan, and they eat a lot of beef jerky that's made with our, beef from our cattle. We talked about soybeans. This is the number one export to China.
They let the meat get really old and then call it Kobe beef. Is that true?
Oh, that Kobe beef is like really special. And in fact,
did you hear about the $25,000 taco? Is my main question right now.
I saw that.
Did you see that? Did you see it? Oh, did you see it on my page? Did I expose that? No. Where's my Facebook? Okay. Did you see the $25,000 taco that the Mexican chef created? And it's got Kobe beef, shrimp, gold flakes, gold nuggets, gold in the corn. They didn't say anything special about the corn in the tortilla, though. I'm sure there's something special about that. And also Morita chilies and civet coffee, a pricey liquid made from fermented droppings of a civet, which has eaten the berries of a coffee plant. So you're eating fermented insect poop. I believe that's what they're trying to say. For good measure, gold flakes are sprinkled on top. It costs $25,000. Amory, if you can afford that, I would also recommend that you get the luxury tequila Passion Azteca at $155,000 a bottle. It's a luxury tequila. Amory, how are you feeling about? I mean, should we go there? Should we get this? It's in Las Vegas. That's where you want to go.
But they said a lot of this Kobe beef, though, that's sold in the U.S. and it's also like labeled. Sometimes it's labeled like Wagyu beef or Wagyu beef. They say it's really not real Kobe beef. Like real Kobe beef, you have to get like in Japan, and they don't they like massage the cows or feed them like beer or something? They have like a special diet and something like that.
I want to be a Kobe cattle. That sounds pretty good. You just feed me beer and massage me? Okay, yeah, all right. Oh, but you're going to slaughter tomorrow. God damn it. I knew there was a catch to this. You're going to be on the $25,000 taco, D-Lake. Okay. Did you see the CNN guy that ate human brains?
No. Ew.
Did you see the intruder that breached the White House grounds was arrested?
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
By Secret Service. Okay, so we saw that. And apparently he's a 26-year-old man with a California identification, and he said he was there. He told the officers that he was there to see the president. He said, "I'm a friend of the president. I have an appointment." Really? Asked how he got there. Tran told officers, "I jumped the fence." So you can't just, I mean, if you had an invitation and you were supposed to be there, why would you jump the fence, idiot?
There's a bunch of stuff that came out this week in the news.
A mace on him. I'm just reading this article. Amory, it sounded like you had something really good there, though. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, well, let's see. I'm trying to see, like the headlines this week. Scott Pruitt, and that's that guy.
About the headlines this week, though, I have a feeling we're going to be getting into the new American Healthcare Act, ACA, because it aches. Is that what we're talking about, or what are you talking about? Scott Pruitt?
Oh, we could talk about that too. Scott Pruitt said that he said that carbon dioxide is not a primary contributor to global warming. So,
I don't know. Tell me.
Well, we did a whole show about climate change and global warming.
Sam's not here. He's.
I'll wait to talk about it because he likes debating that. But it's obviously carbon dioxide has a lot to do with global warming. We did a whole show about climate change and the greenhouse effect and how it affects.
Amory, honestly, that's not really that's not really on my table so much. But if Sam was here, I know he would be chomping at the bit to say something to you. I wish he was here. So do you want to table this for now, or do you?
Okay, I'll save that.
Just outline it so that maybe Sam knows your argument. Go ahead.
Okay, and then let's see. The other things that happened this week, Mitch McConnell was asked if Mexico will end up paying for Trump's wall, and he said, no. That was another thing. Let's see. Ivanka Trump's merchandise was selling poorly, and then Kellyanne Conway, or as she's known now as Kellyanne Con Job, people are calling her, she told people to go out and buy Ivanka's stuff, and now it's selling well. So
I'm on mute. Yeah, I'm on mute. That's what I thought. No, your sequence of events is just all skewed and all wrong. I mean, you get your talking points from MSNBC or something, Emery. I don't know where you get this information.
Well, her merchandise is selling
just fine all along. Everything's been selling fine all along. There's no problems.
Let's see. Okay, a former Trump.
It wasn't boosted by Kellyanne Conway. That probably people thought that was going to hurt, but it ended up not hurting. And I mean, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So when like you're parodied on SNL, I mean, you've made it to the highest levels of, you know, and they're like, oh, are they going to parody Huckabee Sanders next? You know, Mike Huckabee's daughter. She's getting a lot of attention today on the Drudge Report. She's the top link. Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She's a rising star in the Trump camp. Did you see that?
No,
she's been making a lot of statements on the mainstream, like she's out there as, you know, a pseudo surrogate. But she's working within the, you know, the communications department. She's sort of like a Sean Spicer, but not Sean Spicer. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
Like a assistant to the press secretary type thing, something like that.
Well, there's a lot of nepotism in politics, just like, you know, in Hollywood. So it helps.
What do you mean?
Well, if you're related to somebody,
was either your mom or dad, Amory, a famous actor or actress?
No, but if they were, maybe I would be.
That's why you're not in Hollywood. Yeah, so if they were, maybe then. Yeah. Me either. So we're on the same page right there, right? Like, I mean, my dad's not Brad Pitt or anything like that, or George, or anybody like that.
But they do seem to be like, you know, like even John McCain's daughter a few years back was like very popular. You know, she was speaking out to Republican millennials who weren't like, you know, Tea Partiers. She was saying that they were getting too extreme to the right, and she actually believed in some things that were more towards the middle, you know, and like but anyway, other headlines this week. Let me just see what else I got here on my notes. Former Trump campaign advisor Roger Stone has admitted that he was in private communications with one of the Russian hackers behind the DNC email breach. He admitted to communicating with Guccifer 2.0 during the summer of 2016. So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, and you have all your facts wrong, and I don't know where you get your talking points about Roger Stone and Guccifer. And I have Roger Stone's book right here, The Making of a President, 2016. I took the cover off, but I have it right here. And what you say about the Guccifer is all like the dates are misconstrued, and they're trying to make a mountain out of nothing. Not even a molehill. Not even nothing. So the whole Trump associated with Russia is Paul Manafort, who Trump fired back last year in like August. Roger Stone, who was only the initial, you know, sort of get him into the ring kind of guy. And Carter Page, who no one knows who that is. Apparently that's a guy. I thought it was a girl. It sounds like a girl's name to me. Carter Page. It's a guy. And I don't know what his connections are, but none of those people is, you know, right there with Trump. I mean, okay, so Steve Bannon met with the Russians. It turns out, I just read the other day that Donald Trump might have shook Sergei Kislyak of Russia's hand. He might have shook his hand at an event. Oh my God. That proves the collusion with the Russians, Anne-Marie.
Well, he has a personal relationship over there. I mean, he did a beauty pageant over there. He's gone back and forth over there.
Like 5 years ago?
But when you're talking about businesses,
a beauty pageant.
When you're talking about businesses that he has, like even in China,
bed, I say that there is no way that you would have chicks pee on a bed you're going to sleep in.
But when you're talking about these governments that are very hard on their people and controlling, and you know they're not a democracy, and you're talking about he has businesses in China and he does have dealings in Russia, and he boasted about that.
What are the dealings in Russia? What are the dealings in Russia?
But
What
the
are
thing is that when he does say these
dealings
things,
in Russia?
yeah,
You
but
just
even
said he had dealings in Russia. What are they? What's the
well,
dealings?
even look at Rex Tillerson. I mean, look at Rex Tillerson. He has there's a lot of oil over there, and he has a lot of dealing.
That's not Donald Trump. That's a separate company.
He's picking these people too. He's picking these people who have ties.
He made Rex Tillerson Secretary of State. I mean, that's seemed like a sound, smart decision. But you're saying that, like a Saturday Night Live skit that has John Goodman as Rex Tillerson with the shirtless Beck as Putin and Alec Baldwin as Donald Trump. You're trying to say that is like equates to real life, like there's truth in every joke?
Well, I mean, I don't understand sometimes why you defend these picks. His picks are heads of corporations, and
like
these are people. But these are people who, I mean, I want to let you finish and answer, but this is my point. These are CEOs of corporations. These are billionaires who made money from not doing, great things for like the little people, like us, like the working people. They're looking out for themselves. They get tax breaks. Trump hasn't even given his own tax return, and he boasts about not paying taxes for years.
And he never will.
Right, and he boasts about not paying taxes,
No,
but these why are you defending?
He never will.
But the thing is, these CEOs of corporations, they want to do away with regulations. This EPA, the head of the
regulation,
EPA,
Marie. I mean,
the
there's
regulations
regulations
protect us.
strangling business that we need to get rid of.
That's what they say. That's what CEOs of these multi-billion-dollar corporations say, because they don't want to be told not to do something. We talked about the Safe Water Drinking Act. That's a regulation. We want safe drinking water. In Flint, Michigan, they still have horrible water. They can't drink that water.
The regulations need to be pared down, like as simple as this: clean water, clean air, clean environment. Like
but they want to do it.
Environmental. No, they want to deal away with the ones that say a fucking puddle on your property is like a body of water, like a land mass. They're going to try to say a puddle is an ocean. They're going to try to say your pink pig is a wild boar. They're going to crack down on me for my cats.
No, that's what the corporations are telling you. The Safe Water Drinking Act we talked about this, of 1974, was to protect us so we have clean water, so and they put a loophole in it.
How do you feel about one of Donald Trump's accomplishments in his first 50 days? Well, where's the pipeline stuff? The XL pipeline and the Dakota pipe. Trump approved Dakota Access Pipeline and the Keystone Pipeline. Long-awaited approval of these projects will create jobs and reduce gas prices for all Americans. I don't know how much it affects OPEC yet, but I do remember when Trump was talking about running for president back in 2012, I commented specifically that I'm like, what is this guy's deal with OPEC? All he fucking talks about is OPEC. So to say that Trump doesn't know anything about OPEC is ridiculous. Thank you. Anne-Marie, how do you feel about the Keystone and XL pipelines being opened up? And if you start talking about the steel talking point, I will counter that. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, we talked about this, I think, not on the show, but after the show. But the pipeline is working. I mean, there is a pipeline, the Keystone pipeline has been in production. It's producing, it works. The XL was just like where they wanted to go like this, and that was going to go across Native American lands. And that's why people were against the XL pipeline. I mean, they made it
backwards, or is that right?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Wait, the XL or the I don't know. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Go ahead.
Yeah, the XL, that's why people were opposed to the XL, because it was going to go through some Native American, property. And same thing with this Dakota the North Dakota pipeline too. But the thing is that there is the pipeline, the Keystone pipeline is in production. I mean, it runs from Canada all the way down America to, I think, all the way down to I think the Gulf of Mexico, or it's like it's working. It's just the XL was like a shortcut, and that was going to go through some Native American properties, and that's why people were against it. And but when I was talking,
Little Feather and Soaring Eagle and Brown Wing were all against it. It's like, dude, I don't know how these. I don't really know how. I mean, look, all respect to Native Americans and everything, but I don't understand how you just build giant casinos on your sacred land and then have a problem with an underground oil pipeline.
Because it's not on the graves of their dead ancestors. I mean, they're not building the casino on the graves of their dead ancestors. I mean, where they wanted to put these pipelines.
Okay, so the casino is to the side of the dead ancestors, but the pipeline wants to go under the dead ancestors. They're buried 6 feet under. The tunnel is more than 20 feet under, but we still have a problem with it.
Oh, well, that's.
I don't know what the argument is. What's the argument? Well, that it's on sacred Indian land?
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to do that. I mean, that's horrible. I mean, the thing is that what I was talking before about regulations, and what I don't understand why you and Sam are always fighting for these Trump picks and saying that he made great picks. The thing is that these CEOs make money.
I actually think he's being downplayed. I mean, he hasn't really even done any Secretary of State stuff yet, but we're only in the first 50 days, but you never know.
But these CEOs of corporations made money by, look at the guy who's the CEO of Hardee's. He's against the minimum wage. I mean, that's a Trump pick, and that's not good. He's not going to increase minimum wage. And I always said,
but in the past 2 months, the first 50 days, wages have actually gone up naturally, not a forced mandate of a designated minimum wage. He's already beginning to fulfill his promise to be the best jobs president ever. He's cut the U.S. debt burden by $68 billion. Manufacturing is at its most robust since 1984. Small and medium businesses are confident about the future. The stock market keeps topping record highs, Anne-Marie. Samsung is moving back to the United States. Fiat is doing stuff. Exxon Mobil, that we were just talking about, is moving jobs back to the United States as a result. And is that in coordination with the Ruskies?
What I'm saying, though, is that we should be able to, we're regular people. We're not billionaires, you, me, and Sam. So I will never fight and defend one of these billionaires.
Yeah, but don't you wish we were?
I wish we had a little bit more money, and I just, but not billions, because these billionaires either make money from the backs of hardworking people, and they're not paying people. They can spread that wealth around and pay people a higher minimum wage. And I always say this, and you, me, and Sam are regular people. You should be able to work one full-time job and be able to provide for your children, pay for your rent, and still live, and still have a life, and still go out to see a movie, and not choose things. And the government.
And on Fridays, go to Outback Steakhouse, maybe.
Yes. Nice. Get filet mignon. Get a baked potato.
Whatsoever. Where's my disagreement in that? Yes, we should all be able to live.
Because the CEO of Hardee's, he came out against increasing minimum wage, and it is not a living wage. A living wage means you could provide for your family with one full-time job. You shouldn't have to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and do all this and be supplemented. The government isn't supplementing you or me with food stamps. They're supplementing Walmart. Walmart should be able to increase the price, the wages that they pay people, and they should be able to work one job. A lot of people who work at Walmart, I used to work at Walmart as a cashier. I had to work
You
another
used to
job.
work at Walmart. Okay, no, right there. What? You used to work at Walmart? When? How old were
Yes,
you when you worked at Walmart?
I was an adult. I was living in Floresville, Texas, and I got a job at Walmart. It wasn't enough. It was minimum wage.
How old an adult? 21?
No,
20?
I was like 24 years old.
Okay,
I was
okay.
24,
But
and I had to get.
okay, I worked at McDonald's when I was 16 till 18. I worked at McDonald's for 2 years before I got a better job. And at another restaurant on a golf course, it was great. Singing Hills, wonderful. But what I'm trying to say is, when I think of McDonald's, I think of individuals that are basically like I was, 16 to 18. You're just out of high school, or you're just starting to finish high school back then, and like,
But
where
that's
else
not
am
the
I going to work?
reality.
I wanted to work at Foot Locker. I couldn't work at Foot Locker until I was 18, and I never even worked there.
The reality is there's people who work at Walmart who are 90, who are 80. There's people who work at McDonald's who are older. And it sucks. It really sucks because it's depressing. And if you didn't get your college degree or you didn't finish college.
When we're talking about making America great again, America was great back in the 80s when the typical McDonald's worker was 16, like me. Okay? So, like,
No, I mean, listen, what I'm saying is we need a living wage. We need something where you can work one full-time job, even at McDonald's. Do you know how many people right now, when I go to McDonald's, look like they're 40?
Drive a Jetta.
What?
I worked at a pretty good McDonald's. The store managers had Jettas, okay? Like, I'm saying that was a good job. I mean, isn't McDonald's still a good job for most people? I mean, but
maybe if you're the franchise
don't
owner.
think about that as a job for people just starting out. But you also, but okay, a waitress is a job that, you know, you got to tip the waitress. We've all seen Reservoir Dogs. You know what I'm talking about. It's the most common job for, you know, a female, unemployed female, you know, maybe without, you know, the highest degree of college education to get, right? And you have to tip your waitress.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that we should.
I'm sorry, I turned it into a whole argument about whether or not you should tip your waitress. Of course you should, but what's the really solid point that you wanted to make? Go ahead.
Well, the CEO of Hardee's, that's a Trump pick, is a billionaire. These people are billionaires. These CEOs of corporations are billionaires for one reason. They're making profits, and they are not going to increase the minimum wage and make it a living wage. You should be able, if you didn't get your college education and you didn't get, you know, a break in life, and you're just a regular person and you need to go get a regular job, this is, I see people, I mean, cashiers, you know, even yesterday I went to Kroger, the cashier, like she was in her 40s. There's people, it's not just high school kids who are working these jobs. These are what a lot of Americans are doing.
Yeah,
not making a living wage. You should be able to work one full-time job.
I didn't say it like that. I mean, don't pigeonhole me. I wasn't just saying that, you know, McDonald's should only be that, like high school kids. I mean, I just went to Ralph's this morning, the grocery store, kind of like a Kroger, right? And you know, there's individuals of all ages, ethnicities, everything. I have no problem with anything. Like, everything is good. Like, I love to see everybody working. I just want to see more people working, right? I want to see less people on the street and black kids asking me for money on my way to the fucking store.
Oh, I know. But listen, these people, there are a lot of people working right now. A lot of people on food stamps. Remember with, you know, they used to talk about the makers and the takers and this and that, like Romney and Paul Ryan used to say the makers and the takers. You know, a lot of people who are working are on food stamps. These aren't people just sitting at home collecting, like, you know, welfare checks and food stamps.
When you worked at Walmart, Amory, and I've heard this in statistics, when you were working at Walmart, I mean, well, obviously, I'm assuming that, you know, you were with someone else that was making, you know, money at the same time or something, but were you on welfare?
No, but a lot of people aren't on welfare because you are working and you're just it was very difficult to
No, but
have fun.
isn't there a high percentage of people that actually work at Walmart that are on welfare at the same time because they're maybe in
Yeah,
a
I don't know, but food stamps definitely. And I have to say it's very difficult because you have to choose
isn't
between
food stamps
going.
welfare? Is how's food stamps not welfare? It is
Well,
welfare.
no, I mean it's not welfare, but I mean,
Semantically, it's not, but it is.
but you have to choose like between buying meat and like sometimes
Emily,
I eat
I've been on food
beans.
stamps.
Like I wasn't on food stamps when I worked at Walmart, but I have to say I had to give up meat for a little while because meat was like more expensive than beans or something like that. Like I would eat like other things like and I had like a little garden and I would eat like other things. But
All
it's
right.
not
So,
it's
Emery, have you ever bought Top Ramen for $1?
of course.
We've all been there, is what you're trying to say, or
But why? What I'm saying to you is these are real things. Like these aren't headlines. I mean, I'm a real person. You're a real person.
yeah.
Why
Okay,
defend the
I'm not.
CEO?
How am
Why
I,
the
how am I
CEO?
in disagreement? We are in
Because
full agreement right now. Real people. Let's
no,
see what comes up on Google when I put in real people. Emery, you're trying to say, Emery, that you and I are real people.
I'm saying that we're not billionaires, and you're defending Trump's
So
CEO.
we're everyday Americans. Look, he's the blue collar billionaire. Emery Trump is speaking to these real people. I believe he is.
What I'm
Whereas
saying is
we're on,
that
I'm searching for your picture under real people. Google search on. I don't see you yet, Emery. Oh, no, that's not you. Pretty close. Pretty close. Oh, Jesse Eisenberg as Mark Zuckerberg is a real person. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
but I'm saying that why defend
An
his
actor as a billionaire is a real person. Yeah.
But why defend this pick who's a CEO billionaire? These CEO billionaires made money because they're paying their employees a minimum wage and they should be paying them a living wage, enough that they could spend most of the money you make goes to rent. And you can't have like a life. Don't you want to have a life? People should be allowed to, and that's good for our economy because then you would spend some of that money if you
And
make more money.
shouldn't the government operate also like a middle income family, like the way that you budget the way that they budget their money? And don't you think that the government would be more efficient if they operated like this guy's haircut?
Looks like a mustache.
Wouldn't it be good if you had a mustache on your head like this? Okay, or maybe it would be better if you operated more like the snake. Okay,
No, no, that's awful. Oh
snake.
God, take that.
Take that
Oh,
picture away. What if you had your lips enhanced, or I don't know. I don't know what to tell you anymore. I thought
well,
this was real people. I search real people. I get Jesse Eisenberg as Mark Zuckerberg, the mustache for his head guy, and Snake Lady.
but
Wonderful. This is real people, Google. Thank you.
but if you want, you're saying Trump is going to improve things, and what I'm saying is that he campaigned on saying that he wants to improve things. If he has a pick that is saying that he doesn't believe in increasing minimum wage, he has said that. This pick has said that, and he's the CEO of Hardee's, and his employees are not making a living wage, and they can't work that one job and provide for their family. That's not a good pick to me. And also his other pick, this Scott Pruitt, is from that's the guy I was talking about from
Scott Pruitt,
Oklahoma who has
Scott Pruitt is at EPA, right? Is that
right,
correct?
and he has fought. I mean, he has fought for oil companies. Of course, he's against regulations. With oil companies, they don't want to be regulated. They're the ones that are destroying and raping the earth and fracking the earth. And guess what? Oklahoma has the most seismic activity in our continent right now. And that shouldn't be. Why is that happening? It's because they're fracking, and that's causing fractures they're injecting that fracturing solution into the earth. It's causing fractures. That's why it's called fracking. And these fractures are causing cracks down at the bottom in the, in the earth, and it's causing this seismic activity. It's causing earthquakes, and that never should be. It shouldn't be like that in Oklahoma right now. It is obviously, scientists are saying it's caused by fracking, and of course they don't want to be regulated. These things.
The problem with this, that you're saying the potential for a big problem with this, or what's the big problem?
But I'm not assuming any of this. This is what scientists are saying. They're saying that the fracking, this fracking is relatively new in the oil industry. I don't know exactly what they did before, but right now that is what they're doing. They're injecting chemicals down into the earth, and it's very pressurized, and it's these chemicals that they're pushing into the earth. That's what's causing these cracks, and that's causing these earthquakes. Now in Oklahoma, they've been fracking and raping that land for like decades, and that is what's causing the earthquakes. And then the oil and gas will rise up. We talked about this. Then they separate the oil and gas from the fracturing solution, and then they re-inject that fracturing solution back into the ground, but not deep into the ground. And that's what's contaminating people's well water and causing people to get sick. Their kids are brushing their teeth with this. Their cows are getting sick. We saw them lighting their faucets on fire. We've watched videos of that.
Yeah, I remember sorry, I'm getting a little.
Yeah,
I remember the faucets on fire, but what about
But this guy, D-Lake, this is what I'm talking about. He is the head of the EPA. He's against regulations of the oil companies, and that's not good. The regulations would protect us, and there's a loophole right now, the Halliburton loophole. And what is that Halliburton loophole? We talked about it before. It's where they
like.
Yeah, and that is what is it? They're saying that it's a trademark secret. They don't want to tell us what chemicals they're injecting into the earth. And they're saying why? Because it's a trademark secret. They can't tell us what chemicals. But these chemicals are destroying our water. It's destroying the water, and it's causing people to get sick. And the oil companies have tons of money. So when people rise up and say, I'm sick, my kids are sick, and they have cancer, and they're dying. I mean, the oil companies are billionaires, and they pay people off, and it's destroying the earth. There's earthquakes right now in Oklahoma. This guy's from Oklahoma. He has fought on behalf of oil companies. Of course he's against regulations. These regulations are sometimes good. So when you hear someone say, I'm fighting regulations, they're not good for business, it's not good for their business, because then they'd have to protect people, and they'd have to protect the earth, they'd have to protect the water, and those regulations are there to protect people. So you can't, I can't ever fight and say I believe in Trump's pick.
Oh, whoa. Emery, you are on fire today.
Well, we talked about...
You are on an oil fire. Okay, you just totally went off on fracking and
well, this is the worst pick for us, human beings.
Trump's pick for the EPA is the worst pick ever? Is that what you're saying?
Well, do you think that he's going to fight for us or for the oil company? He's going to fight for the oil company. He's saying he doesn't want the oil companies to be regulated, and he's going to be the head of the EPA, who's supposed to test.
I think we're changing the structure of how things are approved environmentally.
Do you think that he's going to?
I think things are being improved environmentally as far as
he said
they're approved because we are sitting on a landmine of energy, and if the United States doesn't become energy independent by tapping what's below our feet, Emery, then we'll be decimated economically if we don't take advantage of our own natural resources. Look, am I maybe against the technique of fracking? Yes, but am I against the idea of drilling down to secure our own energy resources? No, I'm not.
But that's
I'm
why
all for energy independence in the United States of America. And then they talk about Alaska. And go look at a map of the United States. Go look at a map of North America. Map of
But this is
North.
why they should be regulated. You're saying you want this company to be, but you don't want them to destroy our drinking water. You don't want them to harm people. That's why they should be regulated. That's why there should be regulation.
I'm talking about the president of the United States, Donald Trump's agenda, which is energy independence, sufficiency, and Alaska is part of the United States, but look how fucking far away it is, right?
But you do realize the EPA stands for Environmental Protection Agency, and he picked somebody.
Stands for Amory.
Yes, but he picked somebody who isn't going to protect us. He's picking somebody who's going to protect the oil companies. This guy has fought on behalf of the oil companies in Oklahoma. He's not going to protect us.
Our gross domestic product and the environment at the same time.
No, that's a conflict. That's called conflict of interest.
You're worried about lizards and snakes? What are you worried about?
I'm worried about our water. I'm worried about the Oklahoma earthquakes. And
yeah,
there's
we
better
want clean air, clean water.
Well, if you want that,
clean water.
That would be a regulation.
Already.
That would be a regulation. That would be this. This is an agency of the government that's supposed to protect us and look out for people. And he's the head of it.
You realize at the border, you realize building a wall along the border. One of the biggest things there is like the Rio Grande and the flow of water, because written into treaties between the United States and Mexico that we're looking at here is the Rio Grande right there, the water that flows through. And I mean, there was why did it just switch pages to Greenland? That's ridiculous. But like there was news reports of people crossing the Rio Grande into America from Mexico dressed as the Taliban and Osama bin Laden and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I mean, what I want to talk about is like these
the
pigs.
Terrorists coming. How do you feel about?
I mean, there's another thing in the news this week. His appointee, now he hasn't officially become this, but his appointee to the head, the FDA, is Scott Gottlieb. It's like Gottlib, and he's a big pharma insider.
I'm sorry, slow down. Trump hasn't appointed his pick yet to that?
Well, his pick that he wants is this to head the FDA is Scott. It's Gottlib, and he's a big pharma insider. And in his speech last week, Trump said he would bring down the prices of drugs. But this guy opposed.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Well, this guy.
Oh, the price of drugs is an international big deal right now. It's seriously a big fucking deal. A BFD.
But this guy, this Scott Gottlieb, he opposes regulations. We're talking about regulations. This guy opposes regulations to bring down these drug costs. So it's just another pick that he's picking these billionaire, and he's picking CEOs. He's looking at these people look out for themselves. They're not really looking out for us and the common American. And it's not going to help us. We want drug prices to be lower. I mean, this guy is going to be opposed to that. And like I said, regulations are sometimes good, and they're there to help us. And who are they regulating? They're regulating corporations. And of course, the corporation is going to be opposed to it, and they're trying to sell it to you, saying it's a bad thing. It's not bad. It's good for us. It's bad for them because they have to actually.
Thank you, Emery. Great. Got it. Understand your argument. Hear what you're saying, and understand this. During Donald Trump's campaign, what he said repeatedly, and I can go back. I'll find you the video. I'll play the video right now. I'm going to have people working for me in my administration that are total fucking sharks. There are people that
We'll eat the
will
little
not,
fish.
no,
Sharks eat little fish. We're the little fish. They're sharks.
That I will have people that
They're
are
not going to
killers.
protect us. Yeah, they'll kill us. They'll kill us.
No, not kill us. Kill for us. He said, look, we will have people that are fucking absolute killers.
Why do you think they're rich? Why do you think they're rich?
No, listen, wait, I'm not done yet. People that you will just be disgusted by, that you would Donald Trump said this on the campaign trail. He said, look, I'm going to have killers in here. People that you would never even want to have dinner with. You wouldn't want to sit down and be friendly and have dinner with these people. But these are the people that we need. Look, I'm sorry that my cabinet is made up of headhunters and killers.
No, he said he would drain the swamp.
That's what we need. Look, I'm sorry, Emery, but like, I would rather have like bounty hunter killer fucking people on my cabinet than a bunch of weak-kneed fucking, I'm sorry, we can't do anything about that, sons of bitches. Okay? I want people that are like, yes, let's execute.
But regulations are required to bring down the drug prices. These drug companies don't compete against themselves. Look at the EpiPen. That's trademarked. It's very difficult for another company, and other companies have tried, but they cannot compete against the EpiPen because the EpiPen is trademarked, the design of it. So they don't compete against themselves. There's only, and we need regulations. We need the regulations to bring down the drug price.
Emery, the only way to counter what you're talking about is less regulations.
No, you need, the government is the only way that these drug companies are making profits. They are private businesses. You need the government to step in and regulate.
What's your proposal? Where's your legislation?
Well, guess what? He's picking people who don't want regulations because they want to make the most money for their corporation.
Where's your proposed regulation?
I want someone who will regulate the drug companies and say,
Emery, propose one regulation. And guess what? Under the new Trump administration, going back to his first 50 days in office, he signed an executive order that says, oh, Emery's got one new fancy form of regulation. Guess what, Emery? If you want to get that regulation passed, you're going to have to eliminate 2 old regulations. So you're going to have to find 2 that you don't like before you're going to get your fancy new package passed. Okay? Do you understand where I'm coming from with that?
I think you're getting it a little bit wrong about regulations. I think you're hearing these CEOs.
Exactly correct. That if you want to pass one new regulation, Emery, you're going to have to kill 2 old regulations. That's on the books right now. Executive order, Donald Trump.
But when you hear companies,
and what are the 2 that you're going to eliminate?
Well, when you hear companies say, a CEO of a corporation say that they don't want a regulation, I mean, that's the reason why. I mean, this regulations. The regulations are good, and regulations, you're a common person like me. We're not billionaires. When you hear regulation, you shouldn't be afraid of it. You should be saying, oh, good, that we need protections because these corporations shouldn't be allowed to do whatever they want. And I think you froze up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear everything. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, because you froze up on my screen. But you know, regulations are here to protect us from these big corporations because that's how they make profits. They'll do anything to make a profit. I mean, you know, like I said, people are not making a living wage, so they're paying people the least amount they possibly can. You know, the minimum wage they could possibly pay you is not a living wage. And you know, and
so
these regulations.
What just happened is you answered none of my questions. But do you want to try again?
I think that you're confused about regulations. You think regulations are bad. The government needs to step in, or these corporations, they only care about themselves. Corporations are not people. They don't care. They have no morals. They're not good or bad. They're not bound morally to us. They're bound to their shareholders. They're supposed to make them. We talked about this before.
No, you said, okay. I didn't say regulations are bad. I mean, maybe. I can't tell if I'm broadcasting. I don't know what happened. I want to hit stop broadcast, but like Emery was just saying, "Oh, D-Lake, it looked like you dropped out." And I'm like, "No, I'm here, I'm fine." And then it dropped out. So I think Emery might be from the future. She came back in time. Or it's Google that wants us to think that sort of shit. Either way, there was something similar to the movie The Terminator, but now I'm back. But I kind of know what's already happened, so I think I might be good to lead us into the next part. Not really sure. I have a new viewer. I wanted to talk a little bit about ISIS. I mean, Anne-Marie got so carried away with Trump's new picks that I thought were pretty solid. I mean, maybe she knows more than I do. Then we got off into the whole thing. And then I was like, so what? What's your new regulation? Because according to Donald Trump, for every one new regulation, you have to eliminate 2 old regulations. So I'm like, what's your new regulation? What 2 old regulations are you going to eliminate? Stalling for time. Okay, my system looks set up. Something really weird happened, though. So I'm not really sure where we are. I'm not sure. It seems like the link would be the same. Not really sure where Anne-Marie would be able to get back in here. But yo, I'll just like drop the break beat, D-Leg Press. I got plenty of time now. And you know how I'm going to do it. I told you about the Mexican chef that created a $25,000 taco, but no takers yet. Mexico City. It includes shrimp, caviar, truffle, gold flakes. They're not standard ingredients in most Mexico's popular tacos. Yeah, $25,000. I think I'll go get a street taco, like 2 for $1, or like 10 pesos. And then I explain the delicacy, the technique, and the harmony that they will lift from the plate, and that it's worth it. Translated from Spanish, or maybe the Mexican chef there in Las Vegas speaks English, which is great. I mean, I got offended the other day when I was at 7-Eleven, and this dude came in, and he's like, yo, my bikes were stolen. I had 2 bikes stolen. The white guy, he was really upset. He was angry. He was like, my bikes were stolen. And he was trying to demand of the 7-Eleven employees that, like, yo, I know you got the, what do you call it? You got the surveillance footage. Let's do that again. I like that one. Oh, let's go to the next one. And then he's like, yeah. He's like, my bikes were stolen. It's on the video. And he's asking Dinesh, and Dinesh is like, well, I don't really know what you're talking about yet. Because, like, he wasn't really being like, I mean, I said it really more clear. He came in, he was all upset. He's like, do you even speak English? Who speaks English? I'm like, motherfucker, don't disrespect my homie like that.
Why is he chasing you? It went sideways.
Got a little carried away. I don't know. Ads start playing and shit, and then I get upset, and people come flying out of nowhere, and it's like, what the fuck is this? I don't know. I had a good show going with Anne Marie. Sam should have been on. I don't even know if this is recording. I don't know. You even know. Got no viewers. I'm delayed for prayers. Why the fuck do I do it? I don't even know, man. But I just continue. I rock. Got more on the menu. If Emery comes back, that'd be great. Oh, there she is. I'm delayed. I didn't even know what to do. I was like, I'll just do a rap, yeah, and like, Sam didn't make it in today. I don't think he's coming back. I don't think Emery. Oh, but there she is. There we go. Pop quiz, hot shot. All right, Ann, what do you got? Go ahead.
The other thing that was in the news is Trump care. Can you hear me?
It's not called Trump care. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, he doesn't like it being called Trump care. He doesn't like that label.
Oh, yeah. No, I just said I don't like it.
And he doesn't like it either.
It's not called Trump care. It's not called Ryan care. It's not called Obama Light, Care Light. It's not called Trump Care 2.0. It's called the American Health Care Act, otherwise known as ACA. ACA. Do you think for something that's for healthcare, something that's like, do you think that's a good idea? It's like ACA. ACA sounds like something you say when you get shot. ACA.
Well, the Republicans are going to have to own this because they've had 8 years they've been opposing Obamacare, and they really should have already had a plan in place. And there's a lot of, bickering back and forth. Now, the thing with the Trump care, I'll call it Trump care, it's supposed to be, there's problems with it because supposedly it'll result in a $165 million tax cut for the wealthy because it will eliminate 2 taxes imposed on the very wealthy that will help pay for health care for everyone. And that's the problem, that I have with Trump. He's looking out for these billionaires. I mean, think about it. There's not many billionaires out there. I mean, we have to look out for everyone in this country. And because he's going to take away 2.
What you should do in your thinking is separate his cabinet from his agenda, because just because he's appointed these people that have been successful in that arena into his cabinet doesn't mean, his agenda is focused on the everyday American and using successful Americans to help it happen for everyone.
It's to help himself. Yes. It's to help himself. His agenda.
I just totally defined his whole presidency, but go ahead.
That was all a lie. That's what he campaigned on. That is what he campaigned on. No, he's looking out for himself, and he's looking out for his friends.
What did you just say? You said that everything I just said is what? What is everything I just said? The media treatment?
Well, what you said is what he campaigned on. That's how he got elected. He did go and say a lot of those things, but what he's doing is not draining the swamp, which he did say during the campaign. He's looking out. He has an agenda.
How is for every one regulation? How is for every one new regulation mean that you have to eliminate 2 old regulations? How is that not draining the swamp? That sounds like a fucking swamp filter if I've ever heard one. That is the biggest swamp filter I think I could ever think of. I think that's draining the swamp. I think when you look up draining the swamp in the dictionary, you'll see a big giant filter where for every one new regulation that you want to impose in the government, two old regulations have to be eliminated. I mean,
No other. Where
no
walk
other.
down Main Street
Seriously.
Can fill you with
Thank you. Whatever you started playing. Go ahead, Emery.
Well, he wants to eliminate two taxes imposed on this very wealthy, and that is
All the fat. He's like a surgeon with a scalpel. The shit is getting amazing, and it's only 50 days.
well, I don't think that that's helpful to most Americans, and it's not going to benefit most Americans, and that would have helped pay for health care for everyone by taxing these very, very wealthy people. We're talking about extremely wealthy people, and they should be taxed. And these taxes,
When did we
these two
start talking
things.
about extremely wealthy people?
What?
Just now? Okay, so who are the extremely wealthy people that are going to pay?
Well, he wants to eliminate these two, taxing them with these two things, and that the money that would have come from that would help everyone. So not all of Republicans agree with Trump. So we'll have to see what their plan is. Paul Ryan, gave like a talk, and he said that the concept of Obamacare is that it requires healthy people to pay into the system to pay for the healthcare needs of sick people, which is ridiculous because that's all insurance. I mean, low risk people share the risk for high risk people. I mean, that's what insurance is. This has been going on for as long as the insurance industry has existed. So
yeah, but in its new mutated Obamacare form, it was a mandate that created penalties for people that didn't subscribe to that belief, and I didn't subscribe, so like I was punished.
you mean if you don't get Obamacare, you have to pay a penalty? You mean that?
A tax mandate that you have to pay, but like I never paid anything because I don't subscribe to any of that shit. But look, I can't talk about my own personal situation. Go ahead.
Well, it doesn't sound like the Republicans have formed a plan, and it doesn't sound like they're all on the same page. And I think that after 8 years of being the party of no and saying that they don't like Obamacare and that they could do better and they have to repeal and replace, they should have something.
Not just 2016, but in 2014 and 2012 and 10. I mean, like, how did the Republicans get to where they're at? Because since 2010, they've all been campaigning against, campaigning on repealing and replacing or getting rid of Obamacare and saying how bad it is. And I mean, that was a big part of Trump's thing, is like saying how bad it is, saying how worthless and how it was a ticking time bomb that was gonna explode like right about now. So don't you think that the best time? And he's even said like explode and just get so horrendous that people will ask the Democrats to beg us to change it. But he's like, we can't wait that long. And I mean, I hear what he's saying, because he's like, dude, this shit is just not working. And if you look at all the projections into the future, you see where it all starts to collapse and fall downhill and landslide in a bad way. But we don't want that. Like, what we want to do is like build up the barrier, build up the fence, get everyone, like feeling really good about what they have. If they have this, if they want that, like they can get it. I've said previously, Emery, today you've been big on like bringing up past shows. Remember the past shows where I said that the medical care in America should be more like McDonald's? And remember when we had an argument earlier about McDonald's and Hardee's and shit, and the Hardee's guy is one of the people like appropriated, and then Michael Keaton stars in that movie that's just coming out, The Founder, where he's like Ray Kroc of McDonald's, but not real. I mean, like he's kind of stole McDonald's, but like he knew how to make it like big. And it's like, dude, it's more about real estate, but like you have to know how to play all the angles. But what I'm trying to get at is just like, Medicare should be more like McDonald's. Like it should be everywhere and everyone can get it at a cheap price. Broken leg is like a Big Mac. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking heart attack is like a fucking chocolate shake. Boom. Do you like for Prez? Thank you.
Well, the thing is that is what happens in other countries. I mean, in other countries, you can go to the hospital, you go to the emergency room, and there's basically like a limit to how much they could charge you for fixing a broken leg. In our country, you go to a hospital, it's a corporation, it's a private business, and if it's not regulated, and the government isn't regulating the price or or regulating these things, these companies. If it's a private business, they could charge whatever they want. And a lot of times you go to the emergency room, you don't know what you're going to get charged until you get that bill. And if you don't have insurance, it's very scary to come home and then go to the emergency room. You need the care. You don't have insurance, and then all of a sudden you get home and you get a bill in the mail for like $10,000 for an MRI or something like that. With it's scary. I mean, they shouldn't be able to charge so much, and something simple like a broken leg or stitches or stuff like that. There should be like a set. I wish they could at least limit the maximum amount that they charge people. Now with this Trump care, there is some problems. Like substance abuse, mental health treatment would be cut basically under what Trump is proposing, because
he's made a specific promise to the people of New Hampshire and he said it repeatedly. The people covered under we need more people. The people that are addicted to like heroin.
I saw that.
Yeah, no, that's a main priority of President Donald J. Trump. I can tell you that much. I know that much.
And what he's proposing is the opposite of what he said 2 weeks ago. He did say 2 weeks ago that he pledged.
What his administration might be suggesting, but that's not the proposal yet. It's not.
Yeah, it is. I'll break it down for you. He did say, I agree with you. He did say that. He pledged in his speech about 2 weeks ago. He promised.
No, what you're saying is this is against his promises. No, his promises are included.
He promised to increase access to addiction treatment, and I agree that he did say that. But his proposal is not that, and I'll tell you why. Because he's proposing that states cut Medicaid spending. And Medicaid funds most of the treatment for substance abuse and mental illness too. So if you cut Medicaid, that's going to cut people's access to this treatment. So that's the opposite of what he just promised. Are you still there? D-Lake, you're on mute.
Wait, what did I say about dead air? Okay, thank you.
I thought you were talking and you didn't know you were on mute.
No, you can't. Well, I was on mute, but like, yeah, you can't. Okay. What do I think about it? What do I think about what again?
Well, he did promise that he would increase access to addiction treatment, but his proposal is for cutting Medicaid. And Medicaid is the Medicaid is a state. It's not different. That funds most of the treatment people get. Most of the people who get treatment for substance abuse and mental illness, they get that treatment through Medicaid, and he wants to cut Medicaid. So that's the opposite of what he promised.
No, he's promised to not cut any Medicaid or Social Security. He doesn't want to cut either one.
Yes, his proposal says that the states are supposed to, he wants the states to cut Medicaid. Medicaid is a state-funded thing, and that's what he wants to cut. That is what's in his proposal, and that's the opposite of what he promised.
What proposal are you talking about?
Trump Care. Trump Care.
It's not called, it's called the American Health Care Act, okay, first of all, ACA.
Well, that's
first
what
of all,
that's
but-
what he wants. He wants the states to
What?
cut. That's in his proposal. He wants the states to cut Medicaid, and that's what most people who have mental illness or
Okay.
and substance
And
abuse.
first of all, it's not Trump Care. It's the American Health Care Act. But secondly, ACA. But nothing is all the way yet. Plus, you have to look at it this way, Emery. Like, there's only certain things that we can include because in the first part of the bill, because we can only include like certain economic things. Like, there's a rule that says that it has to be like economic in nature in the first budget proposal. This is a bunch of congressional stuff, parliamentary type crap. But like things like the eliminating state lines to make it more like the McDonald's of healthcare is what I'm saying. McDonald's is everywhere. It's in every fucking state. I can go from here to Texas and there'll still be McDonald's. And I want my healthcare to be the same way. I want to walk into like my doctor, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, good thing you're here. Far away when I got fucked up. And so like, boom, I come in, broken leg is like a Big Mac. I said that. What else is there? I mean, you have health issues. Okay. Well, there's pregnancy. There's, decapitation. Can't really do much about that. There's a place just down the street here that does cremations. Sometimes we have to cremate people after they die. Well, they have health issues. Should we get into brain health issues and mental illness? Do you think that Donald Trump will do more for this country than Barack Obama did when it comes to the mentally infirm? He'd be accused of being Hitler-like when he says that the crazy people need to go to the crazy place. Anne-Marie, what do you think?
Well, he's not going to help the mentally ill. I mean, I just said that he wants to cut. His proposal is to cut Medicaid.
I think that's on his agenda. I think that he's going to help transform this country by finding a place for the mentally infirmed, serial killers, and the like people that have like really bad mental health issues. I think he's going to find a safe place for them. Kind of like Professor Xavier's mansion for the mutant children. I don't know if you're aware of that, Anne-Marie. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
You've never heard of Professor Charles Xavier's Home for Gifted Mutants? Like,
Is this X-Men? Is this X-Men?
like Wolverine and Cyclops and Storm and all the characters. And Colossus was there, and then Deadpool showed up one day. No, I'm just fucking with you. Wall. Did you have any? I don't want to skip. I don't want to fast forward to entertainment, Anne-Marie. But did you Because Sam's not here, and I didn't have any signs prepared. I don't remember. I don't know who died. Did anyone die this week that you know of? Do we have an obituary section? Because normally we do.
Oh, well, in science, I mean, today is the full worm moon because they say that it's not just
full worm moon, warm moon, or worm moon.
because the ground is supposed to warm up, and then earthworms are supposed to come out, and that's supposed to that's why it's called the full worm moon. But I know that there's supposed to be a horrible storm, blizzard, like where Sam lives in Ohio and like New York. They're supposed to be getting like a blizzard in the next couple of days. But today is the full worm moon. It's supposed to be the warming of the earth, and these earthworms come out, and it's supposed to invite the return of robins. So, but it sounds like the rest of it's warm. I mean, in certain places, like like where you are, maybe you'll.
No, I'm frantically, Emery, I mean, obviously I'm frantically looking this up, bringing it up here. Okay, so usually the harvest, usually the heaviest snows fall in February. hunting becomes very difficult, and hence to some Native American tribes, this was the hunger moon. Oh man, the hunger moon. March. Full worm moon. Full worm moon. Trump moon. Worm. Worm. Trump moon. Thank you. At the time of the spring moon, the ground begins to soften and earthworm casts reappear, inviting the return of robins. Oh, okay. So Amory, yeah, Amory is like, oh, the worms are gonna come out tomorrow, and the moon is gonna bring out the worms. And I'm like, yeah, you know what else is gonna bring out? The robins. Like we see those worms coming out, and I'm a robin. I'm eating me some worms. Thank you. Oh, sound effects. All right, Amory. I mean, I don't know how you feel about my take on it. Like, all of a sudden, I read the article and I'm a bird.
That was a good impression.
You'd be a
Oh, there's not more science news. Saturn, they have pictures of the moon, and it looks like it's called Pan, Pan, and they have new pictures of this moon around Saturn, and it looks like a ravioli. They said.
What, really?
There it is. It does look like a ravioli.
What's inside there? Is that meat, cheese? What do we got in there? No, it looks like a Lego head. Like I think that's Kate McKinnon as a Lego head. I don't know, but doesn't that look like a Lego wig on top of a weird?
It does. Lego man hair.
Lego man hair. Yeah, but it does look ravioli-ish. I mean, I don't know. My first thing would have been Kate McKinnon wig, Lego wig head, but go ahead.
Yeah, I saw that in the headlines. Let's see. There's some more science news. I read an article last night about
Sam talked about this Lego. I think Sam talked about this ravioli looking thing once. I don't know. He's always covering it. Like, I'm glad you're filling in on science. I forgot to do your theme song. And science. It's and science. Anne's doing the science today because Sam's away. Oh yeah. And science. What else do you have in science, Amory? Go ahead.
Let me think. I was just reading some things last night. There was something about
Let me think. I'll think of something. What did I just see the other day? Seen so much crazy shit. Well, we talked about the $25,000 taco. That was a good one. It's not really scientific, though. Sharks in the Walmart parking lot. Nah, it's not. Fucking robots are taking over everything. I mean, like basically every science show, I could show you how robots are taking over. Did you see the Nightmare robot?
oh no.
Oh, robot escape arrested? No, the Nightmare robot. I don't know. It's like they call it that, but it's like the new fucking latest Remember when it slipped on banana peels, Amory?
Oh, I think so.
Remember there was a meme about the robot slipping on banana peels? And it was pretty funny. Like, if you just watch this part. Oh, hilarious. But now have a nightmare. Here we go.
Can you believe that? Someone looked at it before.
Fuck you.
Oh, but the new spot has an arm that you can use to get up when it falls. This robot
I can get back up on my own. Thank
big
you.
enough so it can go up and down stairs, normal
Now we'll
stairs.
walk up the stairs. Here I
But
go.
small enough to be as small as
All right.
possible. Only weighs
I'll
60
see you in the
pounds.
morning.
It's all electric.
Oh,
It's got a vision system,
would
so
you
it
like
can
me
look
to make you
at
breakfast?
the world around it and
Here
figure
we
out where
go.
to put its feet. And it's got
Yes.
reflexes and control
It's
like
got
other
reflexes
robots,
and
so that it
control.
can keep its
Looks like
balance even if it didn't
rocks
get
and everything.
its perception.
Hey, if you're trying to escape and you think you're running really fast for a human, that's really slow to me because I'm like a robot.
That's an ordinary chicken
Oh,
who
what?
knows how to keep its head stable
Kind of like a
for a
chicken.
number of reasons.
Oh, do you see that, Emery? You see that part?
This is called Spot Mini. to be able to do a similar kind of synchronization. And this is the real reason, so you can serve your wine.
All right, so Emery, like you could hear that as we were watching the video together, right? So like, but now I have it on mute and it's you and I talking, but we can both still see what's happening, right? So like, oh, now the robot is serving this guy a drink and he's like, hey, give me that drink, and the robot's all feisty about it, like, God damn it, robot. It's like, how do you feel about this, Emery? I mean, okay, so I said this was nightmare inducing. I don't know. If your job is lifting boxes and putting them on shelves, you might have a nightmare that this robot is going to take your job. How do you feel, Emery?
They're taking over.
They're taking over?
They're taking over. Well, I use even the self-checkout.
My question is, where the fuck is Will Smith with like a proton laser to fucking take this out, right? I mean, where's Will Smith right now? What do you think?
Well, it looked like that robot with the wine glass was like doing a push-up or something when he was in the kitchen. Didn't it look like he was like showing off?
Yeah.
He was holding the wine while he was
I can push-ups and drink wine, and it's like, you're a robot, you don't drink wine. Fuck you. Oh, what about those that now they have a sex doll brothels? How do you feel about that? I mean, would you have sex with this robot right here? You're like, maybe not that one, but I mean, if he was more attractive or something, or how do you, oh, they just psyched him out that box. He's like, fuck you. Why did you move it away from me? Like, he's a robot. He's just learning. But like, what if he had like, you know, like a nice robot penis, and he's like, I would like to have sex with you. And,
they would have to make him a lot more human looking.
Look, this is how the robot walks down the street, Emery. I mean, what's wrong with that? It looks normal. We're in a relationship. Let's walk up the stairs together. We're on our way to breakfast at this place. Why do these chairs have to be so tall? I wasn't built for that. God damn it. Robot, you know, how can a robot say GD? Like, you don't know anything about that. I was programmed that way. Sorry. Here, let's lift this medical equipment. Okay, great. Got it. Okay. I'm walking through the forest with my robot dog friend. I'm a robot, and I have a friend. He's also a robot, but he's kind of like a dog. Okay, great. Thanks. Thank you, Boston Dynamics or whoever the hell put that together. Oh, no, but we do other stuff, and we're on wheels, and oh, my God. Emery, sorry, this is an 8-minute video. I can't narrate the whole fucking thing, but I'm sure if I did, it would be amazingly funny. But how do you feel about it? Go ahead.
Well, I think it's really cool. But, I mean, like, if for a relationship, I mean, I would need, like, a warm body. I need someone warm and, like, comfy. Like,
no, I'm sorry, I have wheels for legs. Let's get together. No, Emery, I'm pretending to be the robot, obviously, but I sort of have horse legs, robotic horse legs in the front, and wheels for like my back legs. And so I'm not really sure. Oh, this is how I dance, Emery. Here, let me spin you around. I'm just like spinning you. Okay, yeah, I'm a robot. Do you think this will work out? Yeah, here I go. No, I feel.
Less expensive and still have
Hey Disney, call me. I'm the new voice for the NASA or the Boston Dynamics. Fucking. Oh yeah, I jump over cones and everything. I'm the new voice. Yeah.
I think I'm probably just about out of time.
Emery, how do you feel about it?
But,
does he cook too? He has to cook, clean.
The introduction. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me show you. Let me show off some more of my skills. Go to the video page.
A joystick and
a joystick. Yeah, that's very funny.
The robot's doing all its own.
Yeah, I'm doing all my own stunts. Here I go.
Control and thinking with onboard computers. All Seth is doing is giving it
onboard
speed and direction.
Nothing like the Vision from the Avengers or anything like that. Not Iron Man. I'm Vision. His creation. He created me. Then I got Then they put a gemstone in me, and then Thanos is going to come down. It's going to turn into a whole big deal.
One of the cool things about this robot is it can walk with a bunch of different gaits. Here it's a walking gait. Here it's doing a pacing gait. Pacing in an animal, pacing means the legs to the left are together and the pace.
Okay, thank you. All right, Emery, I think that was pretty good for the science section, right?
Yeah, that was good.
And who did you say died recently?
Ooh.
Because we have to have an obituary section, because that's kind of Sam's thing. If he's watching right now, like, I want him to be. Well, we talked about last week. We did talk about Bill Paxton, which was a big loss, right? We did talk about Bill last week, didn't we? Were you here when we talked about that? You know what I'm talking about? We recently lost Bill Paxton of Aliens, True Lies. I think a bunch of other movies, including the Titanic, Frailty, Twister, The Terminator. Oh, yeah. Nothing clean, right? He was like the punk. Oh, no, that's what I mentioned before. Emery, can you hear me? Bill Paxton was the only one killed by a Terminator, a Predator, and an alien. But he wasn't the only one, because the other one was this is the entertainment section. He played Wayland Industries. You know what I'm talking about? My man. Wayland Industries. You know what I'm talking about? Bishop. Along with the Japanese Otani working Predators, Aliens, Emery. You know what I'm talking about? Charles Bishop Whalen. I love that guy.
Oh, are you talking about that guy? I know last week we talked about Bill Paxton, and then you looked up that other guy. What was his name? From Millennium?
I can't remember his name every time.
Was it Lance Hendrickson or something like that?
Lance Hendrickson. Oh, God.
I'm not sure. Was that it?
No. Those are little hearts.
Lance Hendrickson. I think that was the guy you looked up before. But he's alive.
Let me see.
From Millennium. I don't know. We talked about him last week too.
Wait, do I have little hearts? Because I was like, oh, I can't believe you got that. You totally got it. Lance Hendrickson, my man. My man. So, formerly of the media speaks Anthony Court. My man. My man. My man. Like, I send him the Denzel Washington from American Gangster. My man. Like, on Facebook and stuff. Seriously, hearts go out because he is gonna be a daddy.
Oh my gosh, congratulations. Oh my gosh. Damn.
I say formally, but there's nothing formally about it. He's still a part of it. But you know, on the outskirts, like, he hasn't been on the show recently, but like, you're always, once you're a part, you're always a part. Like, and I was saying that at the beginning of the show. They try to call Michael Flynn former general. I'm sorry, bro. Once you're a general, you're fucking. My dad was a naval chief. 20 years in the Navy. I'm sorry, bro. Once you're a fucking chief, you are always the chief. Like, you're never not the chief after you're the chief.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're the chief, you're the chief. Just like Governor Ventura or somebody. I mean, like, or even, you know what really pisses me off? In recent articles, I'm reading, and the article starts, Donald Trump. Excuse me, motherfucker. Could you start the article, President Donald Trump?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, Emery?
Yeah.
All right. Well, great. Wonderful. Magnificent and special and awesome. I sort of just created the entertainment section this week, like, out of nowhere, and it was, but it wasn't. But, like, what have you seen recently in entertainment? And I just watched Doctor Strange, so forgive me for if I'm acting weird. Go ahead.
How was it? Was that a good movie?
Oh, you haven't seen it yet? Doctor Strange? There's like hands come out of hands, and it's like, but I really liked it. It was awesome, and it's like, you might want to, like, maybe smoke a little bit of weed or some shit, or I don't know what you're gonna do, but, like, or just drink like a cocktail, or I don't know, but, like, you can't just walk in sober to Doctor Strange. I mean, you could, but, like, I mean, little kids will like it because they already have, like, all that, like, shit going on in their imagination and stuff. But, like, seriously, like, the shit's pretty fucking, I don't know. It's good. It's good. It's pretty good. I liked it. I think I liked Ant-Man. I think I like Ant-Man more than Doctor Strange, but that actually goes back to the comic books because, like, I never really even got into Doctor Strange comic books. I'm like, I don't really like that. But, like, the movie was pretty good. And I hear the Logan movie is really taking off really well. And this weekend is King motherfucking Kong. King Kong, Emery. Kong, Skull Island at the previews.
That looks cool.
I played him before, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to play him. We can get banned, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's coming out this weekend. King Kong one.
Yeah, the last King Kong I saw was with, like, Jack Black. That was pretty good. It was okay.
The only good part was when he was killing all the T-Rexes. He was fucking up like a bunch of Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus Rexes, and then just playing with their jaw skulls, like, because he's King Kong. He uses his feet and everything, and he uses fucking his foot and everything, right? Doesn't he? You know what I'm talking about. Scene? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Sort of. It's been such a long time since I saw it. I don't remember.
Oh man,
I didn't see it. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, I know, but the new one just came out. It's coming out this weekend, and Samuel Jackson's all like, "I'm sick of these motherfucking apes on this motherfucking helicopter," and these damn dirty apes. No, it's not Planet of the Apes. It's Kong Skull Island. Is that where I was going with this? I don't know. But I was all like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go look this up. No, so it just came, it's coming out this weekend. It's going to be awesome and amazing. And the King Kong is a gigantic gorilla, right? I mean, there's no denying the fact that King Kong is what he is, which is a giant gorilla, right? I mean, Emery, King Kong is a giant gorilla, right?
Yeah, he definitely is.
All right, let's take a quick look at the preview, and then I have a special question for you after this place. Emery.
We use explosives to shake the earth.
We use explosives, Emery.
They're dropping bombs.
And then what?
Scientific
Okay.
instruments.
Scientific instruments. Oh, there's your boyfriend, Hiddleston. Oh shit! Until that happens, what? What was that? Oh! So basically, there's gigantic gorilla, Emery.
Oh, that, okay.
Magnificent.
Oh, John Goodman.
I'm not into Tom Hilderson. That's like Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriend, and he wore that T-shirt that said "I Heart."
It's Loki. That's Loki.
I'm not into him. I'm not into that guy. He doesn't do anything.
You want to know why I don't like him and he doesn't do anything for me either?
Why?
Because he's a wannabe fucking Magneto.
Oh yeah.
You know, Magneto, the new young Magneto. You know what I'm talking about.
But is he gonna be in that role?
No. Hold on. Magneto. No. I'm talking about Michael Fassbender.
Oh.
Because I think Tom Hiddleston tries to look like Michael Fassbender, but he's no fucking Michael Fassbender. You know what I'm saying, Emery?
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, he's no Michael Michael Fassbender is a terrific actor, and I think Tom Hiddleston tries to look like him on purpose, but it's not fucking working. There's only one Michael Fassbender, is what I'm saying, in the entertainment section. There's only one Michael F. Bay. Fassbender. Did you see, Emery, did you see when he was Magneto in X-Men First Class? See, there was no Wolverine in X-Men First Class, but Michael Fassbender as Magneto, they basically made him the badass motherfucker, like essentially the Wolverine character in the movie. And you
No,
ever
I
see
haven't seen that.
First Class? What? Okay. Look, you don't know anything about movies, Emery. It's so funny. X-Men First Class. You know what I'm talking about. First Class. Oh, the soundtrack is the best. But what about when he went into the bar? Michael Fassbender, X-Men First Class bar scene. We're gonna turn this into like a Inglourious Bastards on the Media Speaks. Oh, that's terrible. Terrible. Emery, go ahead. I can't believe I'm just busy looking at the Magneto bar scene, but what do you have? Go ahead.
Oh, in entertainment, let's see. Well, I don't. There's like celebrity news that's stupid. I mean, I just saw the headlines that.
Stupid celebrity news. What do you have?
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. Celebrity news.
They say that I saw a headline that said Jennifer, what's her name? Jennifer Gardner and Ben Affleck. They're supposed to get a divorce, but now they might not. I don't know. Scarlett Johansson and her husband are getting a divorce.
So Scarlett Johansson was just on Saturday Night Live last night, apparently, and I just watched like quite a few skits with her on SNL. She was Scarlett Johansson was on SNL last night. And I just this morning I was watching skits with her on there. Are you looking this up or? She
Oh,
was
cool.
SNL. Johansson. That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Scarlett
And-
Johansson. Yeah, she was on there. She was a ninja. She was in the women's one. I think she was part of the Donald Trump, make fun of Donald Trump being attacked by aliens one. Oh, the Olive Garden one was really funny. They had to make orgasm faces, and Kenan Thompson was there putting his face in the spaghetti. That was pretty funny. We can't play any of this, Anne-Marie, of course, because we'll get flagged again, like we did a couple weeks ago when I tried to tell you on the Sunday show what was funny about the Saturday night show on Saturday Night Live. We're apparently not allowed to fucking show the video, Anne-Marie. Sorry, I wanted to show you. Look. Oh, funeral service. I haven't even watched this one, Anne-Marie, but that looks funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
We'll watch it later. We'll watch it later.
no, let's watch it right now. Get censored. Oh, we have a commercial playing, Emery. Can we talk over this? No, we'll be censored. Oh, Nicoderm. Stop smoking when you have a baby. Oh, man. I just stopped smoking weed, but
Every great wine needs a great house.
then, like,
Thank you
3
all
months
for
later, I
being
was like, can
here.
we start
My
smoking
husband
weed again? I
loves
was like,
each and every
no,
one of
no.
you
And
as
then
a family member. I'm so moved as I look around the room and see all the people who were touched by my David.
Oh, this is my David. What?
David.
Okay, now go.
I know every time I hear my name in a skit, I pause. I'm like, my David. I'm like, David? Why does it have to be David?
All right, everyone, now to say a few words, we will bring out the Honorable Rabbi Latanda Pierce.
No, Amory, it's like that happens to you less than me. Like less times than me would be a skit that started with like your name, right? But no, but it's just like emails. Like in my job, like I have to send emails out, like all the time to keep that order, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like if you have a name like John Smith, your name is like John Smith 00259574. Because there's like a million John Smiths, right?
Right.
But like, if your name is like, Judas Heartstrong or something like that, like I mean, there's only one of you, so you automatically get that Gmail account, like, because there's no one else that had that name before you. Like, I don't know if you made that name up or whatever, but like, I'm just saying, like, no, I see people's email addresses, like a ton of them every day at my job, and I shouldn't reveal that, but it's funny that like some people, their name is so basic. I mean, my name is David Lake. I mean, there's a million of me, bro. You know how many David Lakes there are? If I want David Lake at gmail.com, I'm like Lake fucking number 45,050.
And blessings to all. Now,
No, so I don't even know about this one, like funeral service. But they did a skit about Donald Trump. They said the aliens are coming down, Emery.
Men, women, the aliens are coming.
Okay, I better stop it right now because we're gonna get flagged otherwise if I don't. Emery, I think it's been a great show. I had a good time. I don't know, but I had a feeling that there was some that you really wanted to get to that like, I don't want to miss. What is it?
No, I mean, we basically covered a lot. I mean, there wasn't too much this
What
week.
is that one thing though? Like I'm looking at your face and you're like, D-Lake, don't cut the show off now because I still had to say this. What was it? Oh, you have to think about it? No, I thought you had something.
No.
I thought you
I
were
think
like,
covered a lot.
damn it.
Well, I
You're
mean,
good?
Well, Trump hasn't tweeted that much this week. He's calmed down since he tweeted about Obama wiretapping Trump Towers.
He
So he's
calmed
calmed
down.
down.
Wow.
We have a lot
Oh
of-
no! Oh no! Whoa! No. Okay. Well, so we have to talk about this. Did you see that? Reportedly, he has to give up the information by fucking. He has to provide the information by Monday. Go to history.
But I think that
You know
someone.
what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. But I mean, he tweeted that not just that Obama wiretapped, Trump Towers
Yeah,
without
no.
any proof, but he
Yeah,
said that it's like equivalent to like McCarthyism, which is ridiculous
no.
because McCarthyism is actually what he's doing. He's accusing somebody. He's accusing Obama of doing
No,
something
yes,
without proof, and that's what McCarthyism is. McCarthyism is where they accused people of being communist, and they weren't. So he actually
I know what
is.
what?
So Trump is actually being that. Trump is the example of McCarthyism. So he's accusing people. Yes, because he's accusing somebody without proof, and that's what McCarthyism
fucking person that Trump is accused of being a Russian. He's the one that's being accused of the Russianism.
But it's not about Russian. He's accusing Obama of wiretapping. He's accusing Trump. Trump is
Okay, so
accusing
Amory,
Obama of wiretapping.
yeah,
And he said
okay,
that's the
fine.
equivalent of
Fine.
McCarthy.
That's how you feel about it? That's your position? That's how you want to talk about it? Fine, great. Magical, marvelous, wonderful, and awesome. Amory, I'm not sure if you're aware, but on one of your favorite news stations, Daily Mail, says House Intelligence Committee demands that Donald Trump, they don't even call him the president in the fucking God, how dare you? Hand over proof that Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama, they say Donald Trump and Barack Obama, like neither one were the presidents of the United States, ordered his wiretapping. Okay, Emery, House Intelligence Committee demands President Trump hand over proof that former President Obama ordered his wiretapping by Monday. It's Sunday. Monday. It's tomorrow. What do you think? Tomorrow. Donald Trump must provide proof that Barack Obama tried to wiretap him. These are the bull.
Oh, look at that quote. I just talked about that quote. Last week, Trump tweeted, terrible. Just found out that Obama had my wires tapped in Trump Tower just before the victory. Nothing found. Wait, look. This is the equivalent.
Nothing found.
And he puts, this is McCarthyism. McCarthyism is what he's doing. He's tweeting out, he's accusing Obama of doing something without any proof.
McCarthyism is accusing people of being aligned with Russia.
But it's about.
Well, in the days of McCarthy, it was people aligned with communism. But what's communism now? You know what? What would be a better tact, Amory, is to say that accusing someone of being aligned with McCarthyism is more akin to fucking China than it is Russia. Thank you.
But he's accusing without any proof, and it's crazy. And when they accused people in Hollywood of being aligned with communism, a lot of actors got blacklisted, including you remember National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase, the man who played the actor.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, well, the actor who played Chevy Chase's father in that movie, he was blacklisted because of McCarthyism. They accused him of that, and he was blacklisted. I mean, some of them had to go to other countries.
Yes. Did you see yesterday a link that was like Roman Polanski is coming back to the United States or some crap? And
Really? Ooh, I didn't know.
Like,
He's accused of, raping a child, like a girl.
I don't think it's raping necessarily. I think it's photographing.
I thought he had sex with that. No, I thought that's what he did.
Well,
Let's see. Wait, I'm sure it says in the wiki.
As far as say rape, but maybe unconsensual or like minor or something.
Well, a
Maybe
13-year-old is not
maybe
consenting.
consensual minor, but a minor can't consent, something like that.
Well, the age of consent in a lot of states is like 16, but a 13-year-old is definitely a child. I mean, they can't consent to anything
I
sexual.
didn't say they could. I didn't.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
no, I'm not
rape
defending
victims.
this man in any way, shape, or form. I'm just reporting the
Yeah,
news.
I thought she was raped. I thought that's what the story was.
I thought the story was, well,
And if he comes over here, I thought he'd be arrested.
I guess maybe you would call it that because it was, underage, maybe consensual, underage consensual is the way I thought. I don't really know. Look, I specifically said I'm not this guy's lawyer, but didn't he make one of my movies that I like? I'm not seeing it here. No, I don't think he did. Who made The Ninth Gate? I like that movie.
But
Was it
wait,
him?
he's actually going to come over here and because I thought if he came over to the United States, he'd be arrested. I mean, is he actually coming over here? Is that what you read, that he might be coming over here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Roman Polanski back in the U.S. Just look at that. News. Just came out yesterday. Child rapist Roman Polanski. Oh, rapist, it says. Will come back to the U.S. But only if ... Okay, well, now we have to click in, Amory. But only if a judge says he has already served enough time for sexually assaulting a 13. Oh, so now he's acting like being in a foreign country was like being in prison. So he's done his time served because he was away long enough. Oh, I don't think that counts. No, I think you actually need to be behind bars where you don't know what time of day it is, and it's really dark and but it's not really dark because we keep the lights on all the time. So it's the opposite of dark, and you never know what time it is, and you'll just be here in the jail cell and trying to play with a Russian guy named Vladimir who's way better at it than you, and you'll never win. What do you think? Every good. Should Roman spend a little time behind bars, or what do you think?
yeah, he should be arrested. I mean, he should be arrested right now. He should have already been in jail. This happened a long time ago. That woman, she's now a woman.
We made a bunch of movies.
Yeah, he went to another country and he still had work. I mean, he still directed movies. Ugh, it's awful.
Do you think he still diddled little girls in a foreign country, or?
Oh, God, I hope not. But I mean, it's a horrible story. I mean, I read articles about, interviews with this woman.
Emery, I kind of freaks you out right there because I'm like, all I really know is that I heard that he was coming back to America, and you're like, oh my God, we can't have that. So like, is that your final thing? You're like, we cannot have that, right?
Well, I hope he does come back and we arrest him right at the airport. I mean, he should serve, time for doing that. And there's the lowest, of the low. Like even in prison, they say that that's, in the hierarchy of people in prisons. I mean, pedophiles.
What about Julian Assange?
What about Julian Assange?
Well, what about him? I mean, do you think that he should be extradited to like America or whatever it is? It's like.
I thought he was accused of raping.
What? Okay.
A Swedish, like in Sweden.
He's got sex stuff too. Oh, it's weird how all these guys get sex stuff pinned on them. But what about no, not Assange, but what about Snowden? He's an American citizen.
Well, I believe. I mean, he's a whistleblower, and I think he should be protected under like some sort of whistleblower. I believe,
Really?
He should be free. Well, he should be free. I mean, how are we going to know what secrets go on?
I wish Sam was here. Wait, you're saying that Snowden should have some kind of whistleblower
He should be allowed to be free. I mean, we need whistleblowers. That's the only way you're going to find out about, just like the free press.
Who William Binney is?
Well,
Binney?
I believe he should be free, Snowden. I mean,
you know who Binney is? William Binney? William Binney? You know what I'm talking about?
refresh me. Who's that?
NSA whistleblower, left NSA after 2001, after the 9/11 attacks, because he felt that the NSA was starting to encroach on the personal liberties of United States citizens, like against the Constitution. Binney's been really vocal lately, and even Snowden's been a little bit vocal lately after the Vault 7 release by WikiLeaks about CIA's capabilities. And Anne-Marie, that's big this week. Did you see anything about the Vault 7? I mean, I was going to put it into the headlines, but I didn't know if we could get to that. But did you hear anything about that, and how do you feel about it?
I haven't really talked to. I haven't seen much about that at all. No.
Oh, you haven't really seen much about Vault 7? That's all I've been seeing.
Well,
I see so much, and you don't see anything about it. What news stations are you on? What news stations am I on? Is that no? But so this Vault 7, call it, that the CIA had these capabilities to expose the capabilities in their targeting and online or with computers, their hacking capabilities, that they could get into Apple iPhones and Samsung and other stuff and turn off TVs, but yet it would still be on and used as a microphone to pick up everything that's in your house. I said back in 2012 about how the TVs, what was going on at your house, and if they heard a dog or a cat, it would target you with coupons. Okay? Fucking coupon at the grocery store for cat food. But, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that every time you come to the grocery store, you buy cat food. So next time you come, here's a coupon. Okay? Thank you. But are they intruding? What do you think, Amory? Go ahead.
Do you have a card when you go to the grocery store? Because that's how they track you with those things. They see your purchases and things.
I have a club card.
Yeah.
If they scan, there's no data on it except the club card number. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure if they review the videotape, they're like, "Oh, there he is, D-Lake. We got him this time." So I'm easily targetable and ripe for assassination, as is the president. As is the president, who someone tried to climb the fence and to come in there with the backpack, and Steve Bannon, he tries to be anonymous, and there's a whole gigantic fucking article that I couldn't even get through at the Washington Post that says democracy dies in darkness, and then they tell me that I've reached my I obviously love great journalism, but I've reached my articles for the month. It's only the 12th, and already I've clicked too many links at their stupid website.
I thought you disliked greatly that website. Didn't you call them the Washington Compost?
The Washington Compost, but I mean, I get there from Drudge and stuff that I go through, like Rick Perry, and I've obviously loved great journalism, but I've reached my end. But what was how was I trying to get there originally from the Drudge Report? How dare I? What was it? Okay, so I read it earlier. You know what my secret is though, Amory? I have 2 browsers, so I go to my other browser and I still get 6 more for free or whatever it is. But during his political rise, Stephen Bannon was a man with no fixed address. And they go on and on about how they researched the fact that, like, oh, he lived in California, and then he sort of lived in Washington, D.C., and he was in London a couple times, and he was in New York, and, like, he had a place with his third ex-wife in Miami, and he still worked with her. He still liked her. You know, they weren't really still together, but she had the place, and he kind of helped fund it. And they're like, and then maybe he registered to vote at her house, but he still had a California's driver's license and stuff. Because, I mean, he still makes money every time you watch a Seinfeld rerun. All you liberals, you're giving Steve Bannon money. Every time you watch a Seinfeld rerun, you're gonna see Bannon money. Oh my God! Breaking news. Every time that liberal maniacs watch a Seinfeld rerun, and Donald Trump security advisor Steve Bannon, you're actually giving him money. I'm serious, Emery. I don't know how you feel about that, but go ahead.
You've ruined Seinfeld for me.
Now you can no longer watch.
I can't watch.
Sorry about that. Yeah, it'll never be funny anymore. It'll never be the same, George. Like, sorry I took a big old poop on that one, but okay, so Seinfeld will never be the same. What else can I ruin? Oh, the Magneto bar scene. I swear I was right there. Here we go. Why does it have to be so crappy looking? Emery, check this out. I love just watching, plus it up a little bit. What happened? Emery? Oh. I'm trying to make the video bigger, but the only thing bigger is the commercial. You ever seen this movie, Emery? X-Men First Class? A lot of foreign languages, so hopefully YouTube can't pick it up. So he sees a picture of the motherfuckers at the bar with a motherfucker he doesn't like.
Deutsches Bier. Claro.
He's like,
Ja, ist
Claro.
Bitburger. Schmeckt gut,
Of course, yes. Glad to see. Oh yeah, you guys are from around here? What's up?
Das Beste.
Germans?
Was hat sie nach Argentinien verschlagen? Och,
Emery, are you watching this?
I'm watching it.
Yeah, listen to the music. This shit gets really intense.
Okay.
das ist prima. Ich bin Schweinebauer.
Herr Schneider, seit meiner Kindheit. Mein Vater hat die schönsten Anzüge Düsseldorfs gemacht. Meine Eltern kamen aus Düsseldorf.
Ah,
Ja. Wie ist der Name? Sie hatten keinen Namen. Ihr Name wurde ihnen weggenommen. Schweinebauern und Schneider.
Oh, my family was killed by motherfuckers just like you. What? And they're like, okay. You know, what that was? We turned it over right there, that symbol. It was like the Holocaust numbers tattooed on him by the Nazis. Yeah, so that was pretty intense, right? Okay, here we go.
Blut und Ehre. Ja, was würden Sie gerne zuerst verlieren? Sie hatten unsere Befehle. Also Blut. Lucis!
Okay, Emery. Sorry. I better not play the full clip. All right, let's just finish it out. But so amazing. Oh, he's got magnetic powers. He's Magneto. What? He can control my gun? Oh, my God, Magneto! Yeah, I forgot to mention, I have magnetic powers. My name is fucking Magneto, bitch. You killed my family.
Let's just say I'm Frankenstein's monster.
Oh, Frankenstein's monster. Okay, Emery, I don't know how you've never seen that movie, but that was such an amazing scene. I don't want to keep reliving it over and over again in a time loop, but we covered entertainment, we covered science news, and thank you, Emery, for filling in on. I'm sure Sam would have been really happy. I'm sure Sam would have been really happy with everything that you brought up and covered. I thought that you really brought it to the table. That was really good. Well, man, we covered Trump's 2 days. I wanted to bring up ISIS and the threat of North Korea. I don't know if you still have time if we want to get to that.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean,
We could
Trump
save it.
put in a 30-day plan to devastate ISIS. He's been in there 50 days. Where's the 30-day plan? Right? But according to reports, Mad Dog Mattis has submitted the plan. And I think the request was probably put in like 10 days later or something, or 20 days later. But obviously we have a new plan moving forward. Actually, President Assad of Syria has had some shit to say about that on Chinese news on the Phoenix station. But I mean, all he's really doing is, trying to push, coalitions to like do all his dirty work for him. But how do you feel about it? Go ahead.
Oh, well, I definitely don't like Assad. I think he's, killing his own
I don't really
people.
feel really bad about Assad. I don't think Assad's that bad of a guy. But I don't really know. But I think that the picture that has been painted of him is bad. But every time I see a picture of him, I'm like, it doesn't look so bad. But I don't know.
Oh, well, don't judge a book by his cover, because he's like,
Not what it
evil
is.
demented, and he's killing his own people. I mean, but I mean, I don't know much about this 30-day plan that he was supposed to have to defeat ISIS, and I'll have to look into that.
Well,
I mean,
no, he submitted it to his council and stuff, and to like Mad Dog Mattis and stuff, and said like, guys, in 30 days, like I want you guys to bring your first proposal to me. Now,
right.
I mean,
did they say what it was?
Just the first proposal. We haven't heard the specifics, and actually, Trump has actually proposed or said before that like, if it involves military action and stuff, I'm not going to tell you about it. Sorry. You're not going to hear about it until after the mission is accomplished. There's not going to be a bunch of, hey, we're coming type stuff going on in the Trump administration. It's the new way we fight war, where we don't telegraph our punches.
Well, I can't comment on what I don't know. I really don't know anything yet.
Do you think that, I would think that it's a great idea that we don't telegraph our punches?
Well, I saw an interview with this woman who wrote a book, and she was from the Pentagon, and she was on Bill Maher like 2 weeks ago. And she said that the new way that, wars go now is drones, that we're sending in these drones. But the danger is that it kills a lot of women and children. So I guess we'll just have to see.
sorry, I'm not going to argue that we whoops. I'm not going to argue that we don't use a lot of drones and that, or even the fact that like robotic technology is starting to take over when it comes to industry and manufacturing. And I mean, look at Wendy's the past 2 weeks. I mean, they're launching over 1,000 new kiosks, and the touch tone kiosk, the touch screen kiosks are basically like they already have one at my local McDonald's. It's like a gigantic iPhone. It's like a iPhone, like a gigantic iPhone that you just walk up to and like you press all the buttons of what you want on your Big Mac, and then boom, it's like all you. I mean, yeah, there's somebody making it in the back, but maybe next time it won't be. It'll just be a robot. I mean, like, Emery, I mean, I brought up the McDonald's of healthcare, which I meant when I was saying it that it was an opportunity for young people. I also meant that it was like a way to be on state lines, like cross state lines with the good stuff. McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Taco Bell, all the places that you like. They're going to start to become under siege. And what you were talking about, Emery, earlier about the minimum wage, $15 for everybody minimum wage is what's pushing the industry towards robots. I'm accusing you pushing the United States of America for robots. You're going to get a minimum wage for human beings with your stupid robot push.
Well, then make colleges more affordable, or make more public colleges. Like that's what the government should do. Like, because now, I mean, high schools, you could go to a public high school. You need a college education.
Answer. I don't know if everyone thought that. Really? That was your answer? That's a good one.
I mean, there are a couple of public colleges out there, but I mean, they should have college right now seems to be mandatory. Unless you want to work, maybe a federal government job, or, you could take a test and work for the federal government. Like,
wait. You say college seems mandatory. How so? Like, you need a degree to get a good job?
Well, it seems like you really do.
Isn't the problem that so many college students have, like, shocking student loan debt statistics for 2017? But isn't it true that, like, a lot of college students, they do get the degrees, but they can't find the good jobs at this time? Or is that going to improve under Donald Trump, or what do you think?
Well, college is so expensive. I mean, I had to take out student loans. Like, it's like everything's expensive. Like living, what does your student loan money go to? It mostly goes to living, like your, apartment. The dorm rooms are really expensive.
Hell, I live in a college area, and all the restaurants around here are expensive as shit.
Yeah, and
I'm like, I'm older, but like, how do college students afford this crap?
I know. It's expensive.
But where are you now? You're in Texas now, right?
Yeah, and the rodeo.
Texas.
It rains a lot. This is like the rainiest month, and this is like when the rodeo supposedly comes here every year, and they said every year it rains. So I don't, I haven't gone to the rodeo here. I went to
rain. Oh, that's horny-tailed. That's horny-tailed rain, right there.
Yeah, I came for the rainy season. I can't wait till the sun comes out, and it's very humid here.
The worms are gonna come out because of the fucking moon.
That's right. The worm
coming out because of the moon, and the horny tones come out because of the sun, and rattlesnakes and everything. So be careful when you're walking around Texas for rattlesnakes, Emery. I'm concerned about your safety.
Oh, thank you.
Let's look at percentage of rattlesnake deaths in Texas. No, I used to, before I moved to Washington, though, even before, and while I was there, I was reading a bunch of Anne Rule crime novels. And, like, I was for certain that I was going to see a dead body by the time I got there. So, like, I don't know. When I think of Texas, I think of, like, rattlesnakes and horny toads and, like, stuff and Wile E. coyotes and things you got to be careful of. One time, actually, here in San Diego, though, on the same day, like, driving, I fucking saw a coyote, and then, like, not even that much further, I saw a roadrunner, like, driving down the same street on the same day. I saw a coyote and a roadrunner. I mean, it wasn't like the coyote was chasing the roadrunner, but, like, I was driving, saw a coyote, driving a little bit further, saw a roadrunner, but still, I mean, I saw a coyote and a roadrunner.
That's cool. I saw roadrunners a lot in, like, New Mexico had a lot of roadrunners. Did you see a lot of roadrunners when you were in New Mexico? Because that's where I saw.
I mean, I saw more roadrunners here in San Diego than I ever saw when I was in New Mexico.
I was surprised how small they are. I always like pictured them because of the cartoon
tiny.
Bigger. They're like little.
It's not. The cartoon makes it look like it's an ostrich, but it's like a little fucking thing. No, it's not that big. Yeah, it's more like a lizard.
Mm-hmm.
It's like those little ones on the Jurassic Park, not the big ones. I know on the cartoon it looks like. I said I never had ostrich eggs. I keep hearing about it.
Oh, they're
I've had
gigantic,
buffalo-
right?
I've had buffalo-
Mm-hmm.
I heard in the King Kong there's like a gigantic bison or like a gigantic like buffalo or something.
Oh, I love bison burgers and buffalo burgers. They say that like it's a sweeter taste.
You
It's like a
see
sweeter
gigantic
taste.
King Kong size one, and you're like, you get hungry. You're like, that looks good.
Yeah.
Bread.
Yeah, buffalo meat is healthier than regular meat. It's leaner. It's leaner and tastier.
Is that how it is? It's lean.
It's less fat, and it's really like ground beef. It tastes like beef, but it's sweeter, kind of.
So in the case of cannibalism, we want to eat the more muscular people, or and
Not
did you see
people, the bison.
No, I know, but like I'm just saying. I said in the case of cannibalism, but did you see the CNN? Did you see the CNN where the guy ate? He was with not a Hindu. Well, it was they said they were Hindi, but like the Hindu population is really upset right now because this guy was with like a total like offshoot of the brand or religion, not brand, religion.
Oh, and the cow is sacred. The cow is sacred to the Hindus.
But they were supposedly eating like human brain, and the reporter ate a piece and said it tasted like charcoal. And it was on CNN, and they were like promoting like eating like human brain.
Ooh, yuck. Oh.
I mean, isn't that what zombies do?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy does it live on air. How dare them, right? I mean, like, isn't that? I don't know if it's blasphemy. I don't know what to call it, but isn't that wrong? Is it wrong?
Yeah, that definitely is wrong. Ugh. I didn't want to think
It's
about
wrong,
it.
right? It's wrong. I mean, all I can say is it's wrong. In my opinion, it's wrong. In your
Mine
opinion,
too.
it's wrong.
Yes, it's wrong.
So in our opinion, it's our unanimous opinion of two that it's wrong. Thank you. Jeez, God. Why would you eat that? I mean, I want to be the next great reporter too, and like I would probably maybe smear some of the ashes on my face, like I go that far, and then they're like, "Now eat this," and then reportedly, the CNN reporter guy was talking so much that the leader of the tribe that they were interviewing, or sort of like trying to watch their offshoot of Hindu cannibalistic ritual, that guy started pooping and then eating his own poop and then throwing his poop at the interviewer, telling him that he was talking too much, his shit, and he ate his shit and then threw his shit at the reporter. And then the reporter's like, I don't know how much more of this I can do. And he was eating poop and had ashes on his face, human ashes on his face. Supposedly ate human brain and had poop thrown at him. And so that's CNN. And do you think that they're going to be on the air much longer, or probably, right? Because people want to see that.
Oh, I heard something. Hang on one sec.
Oh my God. All right, go to D-Lake. All right. D-Lake taking over. It looks like there was an emergency or something going on at Anne-Marie's house. Well, looks like she's still connected, but went to mute. So we'll stay connected to see if maybe something's going on. Actually, I saw her face right when that happened. It looked like something, or somebody's falling down in the other room or something. I don't know. We don't know yet. We don't know. Let's just go to Google, pretend we're playing a game, or do something else. I don't really know, but she had to do it fast.
I heard something like it's
Oh
okay.
my
Everything's fine. It was
No, I saw your face though. It looked like I thought it was an earthquake or something. I was warning everyone. I'm like, everyone, go watch the new trailer for Geostorm. Where just like, okay.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go. But yeah, my son tipped over like the TV tray. That's what I heard.
Oh my God!
I gotta go
where's
clean up.
Yeah. He kicks it over. He's like, I want Chase. Shit.
I gotta go clean everything up.
All right, you have to go. You have to go. All right. On the show today, excellent. Everyone can find you here next week for a much better show. Maybe Sam will be back. But I thought it was a great show today. I thought we covered a lot of news. Anne-Marie, go do what you got to do. I'm going to go do my thing. And everyone have a great day. Awesome. Peace.